Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back. And today we're going to be doing our A to Z of Christmas, or at least we're going to be starting our A to Z of Christmas. We're not going to do all 26 in one go, we'll be here forever. But we're going to start with the letter A. We're going to do this in alphabetical order. And for this project, A is for Away in a Manger. I was going to do other things, I had other ideas, but I settled on Away in a Manger. So this is a 5x7 and it's a top folding card, and you'll see why in a minute. And I've used ordinary white card and I've cut a silver mirror card also of 5x7. And we are going to, or we will need a bit of a background. Now you can use pattern paper if you like for your background, but I'll show you what I've done with mine. I have used my watercolour pencils. I've used Derwent pencils. And I tell you that because I noticed that most people seem to be using Derwent, and that's very good. They're wonderful pencils. And if you're interested in the colours that I used and that you've got your own Derwent pencils, these are watercolour pencils, and I've used Cobalt Blue, Smalt Blue and Turquoise Blue. And all I did is I started at the top with the darkest pencil, very lightly shaded over it, or over the top third really. Then I came down with my next one, and at the bottom third-ish, I used my turquoise blue, used a little water and painted over it, but I've just sort of mimed it rather than done it on camera because we needed it to dry. So that is dry now. So now we're ready to do our stamping. And I'm going to stamp mine in black, so we don't have to worry about any detail of faces or features or anything like that. This is just a silhouette card. And just in case it doesn't go according to plan, I've got a little secret over there that if it all goes, well, hopefully it won't all go wrong, but if it doesn't quite go according to plan, if you're only doing silhouette cards, well not only, but if you're doing silhouette cards with black ink and it doesn't quite go according to plan, I've got a little secret to show you how you can fix it. In fact, even if it does go to plan, I'll show you anyway. So let's see how we get on. I've got 3 stamps here. And I'm using one of the sets from the 100th edition of Creative Stamping magazine. So if you've been getting that magazine for a while and you've got that set, that's what I'm using. But you don't have to use stamps at all. You can use dies, you can even use an image from an old Christmas card if you wanted. So you use what you like, or if you can think of another, or if you've got another idea for A, you don't even have to do Away in a Manger, you can do whatever you like. But I'm going to do Away in a Manger. So there we go. We've stamped it up like that, or inked it up like that. Now I'm going to put mine roughly in the middle, but slightly towards the top. And you'll see why at the end of the video. So I'm going to hold it down like that and give it a good press. And I'm glad it didn't come out right, because that gives me the opportunity of showing you how to fix it. So if that doesn't come out quite right, I mean, if you had a stamp positioner, I have got one, but I didn't get it out. You could just keep going over and over it, but this is black ink. So what you need to do, you get yourself a black sharpie pen and just go over it like that. In fact, you could even go over the whole lot. So just do that. You've already got your guide. So follow the shape. All you've got to do is follow the shapes. It's a little bit like tracing without tracing paper. So just follow the shapes around. So you don't have to be too accurate, as long as we've got the general image. You don't have to worry too much. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just fill in that bit there. Yes, that little manger. Well, it's not actually a manger, it's a crib. Well, it could be a manger, I suppose, but there you go. A manger, incidentally, if you're wondering what a manger is, it's not a stall or a cot, it's actually what the animals feed from. That's what it's called. The trough that the animals feed from is called a manger. So that's what a manger is. So I'm just going to fill that in relatively quickly. So you've still got that lovely silhouette image. And I'm just going to, while we're here, I'm just going to go around there as well, so that we've got a solid colour and a regular colour. So that's how we fix our silhouette images, folks. If it doesn't quite go according to plan, use a black sharpie over the top of it and no one will ever know. So that's what we're going to do. We may have to do that for other images as well. We'll see how it goes. So there we go. There is our manger. And I'm going to take that off of my block, off of my stamping block. And I've got two trees and they face in opposite directions. So I better make sure I get them the right way round because that's something I can't fix. So that one goes that way. Right, okay, let's see how this goes. So again, these are actually silhouette stamps. They're designed to be stamped in silhouette. So that's absolutely fine. So we're going to ink this up. And the other problem is I've used this ink pad, goodness knows how many times, and it could be drying out a bit. So I may need to get myself a new black ink pad. We'll see. And we're going to put that one there. And just put it down. Give it a good press. And lift. That's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad at all. So I'll just put a bit more up the top there. So it doesn't matter if the leaves are a bit sporadic. That's a big word, isn't it? So there we go, that's that one. And I have got a tree to go the other side. And as they're matching trees, I know I've got that, the other one is already facing the other way. So I know that's going to end up right. Well, it's going to end up in the right direction anyway. So again, we're going to ink our tree up, our other tree up. Give it a good press this time. I'll be a bit rougher with the ink pad and see how that one works out. So we're going to turn that over and I'm going to put that one, about there I reckon. Make sure I get it right. I don't want it to look like it's falling down. So I'm going to put that tree there, give it a good stamp. And that's not too bad. There's a bit of a misprint up here if you like. And we'll just fill that in there. We'll just, the trees, if you're filling in the foliage, just dot it in, don't shade it in because you'll get that sort of foliage effect. And so we don't need our ink anymore. And if you do get a little bit of ink on the edge, that should just rub off. Just blend it out. I'm going to use my thumb to blend it out. It'll be absolutely fine. And I shall finish that later on. So now we need to bring this in, our card base in. And on the back, I have got some foam tape, which I'm hoping, it's easy peel, so I'm hoping it proves true to its word, or true to its name. And so far we're doing okay. So we're going to just peel that off like that, turn it over, and I'm just going to bring it down a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to just pop that in the middle like that. I rather like that glowy bit at the back. If you're really worried about that, I'm not too bothered about that actually, but later on I might find something to cover it up. Now the last thing we need a sentiment. And I've used the same pack, I've used the same set from the 100th edition of Creative Stamping, and I've heat embossed it this time in gold. Remember the reason for the season. And there are a few little specks of the gold embossing powder still left on it, but that doesn't matter. I don't mind that because it's a Christmas one. I don't mind that because it sort of adds a bit of sparkle to it. So that's okay. And so again, I've got foam tape on the back. And I'm going to put that about there. And we are done. So there you go, guys. There is our A for Away in a Manger for the first in our series from A to Z of Christmas. And so I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. And I hope you found my recovery tips for incomplete inking useful as well. So when you come back next time, we will be doing the letter B. So do pop back and see what I've done, or what I will do, for the letter B. And I'll see you then. And if you're a subscriber to this channel, thank you so much. If you're not, but you want to follow this series, do make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell, and then you'll know when all the videos come up in this series and indeed others. So until the next time, thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, have fun, and happy crafting. Bye bye for now.